What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video I'm going to be going over the top 5 best and worst value shooting guards that you can pick up in NBA 2K18 MyTEAM. So if we get at 300 likes, I will try to get a small forward one out by Tuesday of this week. But first of all, I'm going to go over the worst value shooting guards. These are not the worst shooting guards, and to be honest, a lot of the worst value are actually better than a lot of the best value. I just think they're extremely overpriced, and I think you can get better for cheaper. I'm not going to look too much into the salary, but if a player's salary is way too high, it does push them down a little bit. Not too much, but it does push them down a little bit. And number 5 in the worst value, we have got James Harden Sapphire card, who's about 14k MT. Again, this is the prime example of a card that's actually really good, but it's just not good enough for how much it costs. He's got a decent most fadeaway of 75. He's got a decent shot made of 83. Not a great home shot 3, but okay of 70. Ball control of 87 is good. His passing vision is good, but passing doesn't make much of a difference. But his defense is poor. 61 lateral quickness, 62 on-ball defense, a bad steal rating. Driving dunk is okay of 75, but only has a tendency of 60, which at this stage isn't very good in the game because they bumped up all the historic players. And his speed and speed with ball is good, but not great. Like, this card straight up, it's good. It's very good. But there is a card that is about 2k MT that I think is probably a little bit better than it, and that's going to be on my best list, so I'm not going to show you who that is right now. But I don't think this card's worth anywhere near 15k, and especially for the 320 salary, which puts it down a little bit more in my opinion. And number 4 is John Mclaughlin, who's about 15k MT. The only reason this card isn't number 1 is because he's 100 salary. But yeah, this card's not good at all. Like, open shot 3 of 89 is alright. Is going to dunk maybe a little bit. Isn't particularly quick. Free throw good. Doesn't have great ball control. Not a great defender. 65 lateral quickness isn't good. No steal. His dunking isn't great. He's not too slow, not too fast. His 3-point shot is good, but that's about it. This card is definitely not worth more than about 6 or 7k, and there's definitely golds in my opinion that are better than this card. So I would steer clear away from this card if you're looking for those sapphires with low salaries. So this one is a really controversial one, and it's a lot of people's favorite emerald cards, and it's Victor Oladipo's emerald card. I'm just going to straight up say it that this is one of the best emerald cards in the game. But he's over 10k. I've yet to see him for under 10k in weeks. Since Caldy made a video on him, since people are making videos on him, I haven't seen him under the 10k mark. And I will explain later in the video why I think he is one of the worst value shooting guards in the game, and I could honestly put him number 1 if the other two I didn't think were just such bad value. But anyway, I'll explain that later. Number 2, we've got Monte Ellis, the Dallas Mavericks card. He's 200 in salary, so he's not expensive but not cheap either. He's got a good driving layup of 91, but driving layups don't mean much in this game because no one can score layups. He's got a dunk tendency of 80, which is actually not too bad because I don't really remember Monte Ellis dunking that much. Open shot made of 84, decent open shot 3 of 79. Decent ball control, or good ball control of 86, sorry, so we can speed boost. Decent free throw of 83. Lateral quickness 63, not good. On-ball defense of IQ 63 is terrible. He's got a driving dunk of 62. He's got good speed of 90, 92, and 90 acceleration. But again, this card, while quite good, isn't incredible. This card is nowhere near as good as some of the cards you can get for cheaper, which is why it's on his list. This card probably isn't as good as the James Harden card and costs probably a little bit more, so that's why he's higher on the list. But again, this is quite a decent card, but in my opinion, it's just like the Ruby one. You can actually pick up that collection for about, I'd say about 30k MT, twice as much, and that Ruby is way better than this card. So yeah, like I wouldn't ever suggest picking up a Monte Ellis card, especially since he's doubled in salary in the last since the last cap. And number 1 is David Wesley. This card 9k MT. And to be honest, this card is the exact same stats wise as his 84 overall card last year, but his intangibles was brought down. So realistically last year, it's the exact same as the Sapphire card last year, but that was a terrible Sapphire card last year. So you look at this guy's stats, he's got a decent enough driving layup, he's got a decent open shot made of 83, he's got a great open shot 3 of 94, not the best ball control 76, but you're thinking, oh, for shooting guard that doesn't matter too much. He's got okay defending, 75 lateral quickness, he's got on-ball defense of 77, doesn't really have a great steal, can't really dunk the ball, and okay speed, 86, 82, 86, with a dunk tendency of 50, so you might dunk a little bit. So you might think, okay, this card is okay, it's alright for an emerald shooting guard, but he'd be alright if he was 6'6" or 6'7". This card is 6 foot tall. Yeah, that is the reason. He's going to get destroyed. He's not going to dunk it much with them tendencies. He doesn't have good ball control or particularly good speed, so he's not going to get by people. His open shot 3 is the only thing that's good about this card. But there's one on the list for the best value who's the same card, a little bit cheaper, but is 6'6". So this card definitely deserves to be number 1. While it mightn't be terrible as a point guard, he's going to be awful as a shooting guard and is way overpriced at 9k. And now we're on to the best value list. Again, this isn't the best, it's the best value. So now we're on to the best value list. This isn't necessarily the best, but it's the best value you can pick up. And a lot of the time, if you're on an extreme budget, you don't even have to think about the salary cap because it's so high right now. At number 5, we've got Sasha Vujacic. Sasha Vujacic is a really good card. I don't know why, but he plays really good defense. He's got a driving dunk tendency of 50, meaning he'll dunk it a little bit now. He's got an open shot mid of 82, open shot 3 of 86, but he's got Ray Allen's release, which is a love it or hate it release. I love it. I really like his release. And he was actually in salary in Supermax round 1. He was in my actual squad when he was 100 salary. So I had him in over most goals. He's got ball control of 82, which is good for a secondary ball handler. He's tall, he's 6'7", with okay defense, 70 and 70 with lateral quickness and on-ball defensive IQ. Driving of 42, not great. He's got speed with ball of 82, which is really good. So like this card is better probably stats-wise than the David Wesley card. And you can pick him up for 600 coins, like literally 600 coins. So if you haven't tried this card out, or even if you really like Ray Allen, this card is probably slightly better than Ray Allen's gold card in my opinion. A 4 is one that's quite expensive, and it's Dell Curry's Emerald card. Sometimes you see him up for around 6k MT, but this one right now, the cheapest one right now, is up for 7.7k MT, which is not terrible to be honest. You might think, oh, he's only got 72 defense, 86 offense overall. That's not great, and he's quite expensive. 80 driving dunk tendency. He's got an open shot mid of 90, an open shot 3 of 96. Yes, 96, and he's 6'5". He's got ball control of 82, which is good. 86 free throw. He's got not great lateral quickness of 58, not the best on-ball defense, not the best, terrible on-ball defensive IQ of 58, but he doesn't seem to get beaten that badly. Like, he's not a good defender, but like there's a lot worse in my opinion. Wesley's probably a worse defender than him, even though his ratings are better. Driving of 55, not great, so we will dunk a little bit, but he does have 80 speed, 84 speed with ball, and 81 acceleration. So this card is arguably the best offensive emerald card, or emerald shooting guard in the game. Maybe this or the Oladipo card, but this one is way cheaper, like 4k cheaper, and can shoot the lights out. So you can use him as a slasher, or if you have a really strong team and you want him just to be a role player, he'll do a really good job there. Whereas Oladipo, if he's not the main man in your team, is going to struggle. And number 3, we've got a must buy for anybody who's on a budget, and it's Zach Lavine. So Zach Lavine is about 1400 MT, and this card is just, it's incredible. Like, it's absolutely incredible. Like, this is one of, if not the best goal cards in the game. And he's got a driving layup of 78, which is not great. Open shot mid of 81, open shot 3 of 78 with an okay release. The new shot meter actually improved some people's releases, and his is one of them. Good free throw, decent ball control, 76. Lateral quickness, 68, not great. On-ball defense, IQ 62, not great. Driving of 93 is huge. It's good speed, speed with ball acceleration, 6'5". I don't know why, but he feels faster than that. And even though he does only have a driving dunk tendency of 70, he still jams on people. I don't know why, but most of the current players play way above their stats for me and a lot of other people. Maybe it's because we're used to seeing them play in real life, but I don't know. They seem to play way above their stats. And even though stats-wise he's not the best, he is a beast in game. I think anyone who's used him will say that as well. And number 2 is a guy who I think should be in almost anyone's Supermax team, just at the end of their bench. And it's Tony Allen's gold card, his 850 MT. So he's got an 83 defensive overall, 71 offensive overall. Doesn't have a good driving layup, 75. Not terrible, but not good. Open shot mid of 72. Same with his 3-point shot of 70. He might hit them when he's wide open because it's on pro difficulty, but he's not going to hit many of them. Free throw 76, not terrible, but not great. 70 ball control. Yeah, it's not great, but he has 94 lateral quickness, 73 steal, which is not bad, and 87 on-ball defensive IQ, which is huge. So he could just be there on the end of your bench to lock people up. He's an 88 driving dunk, 82 speed with ball, 80 acceleration, and a driving dunk tendency of 100, so he will jam on people. So he's got something on offense. While he's not the best shooter, he's going to be a good slasher. So this card, for so cheap, is, and he's got 75 salary, is definitely someone you should put on the end of your bench to lock people up, and who knows, maybe get 1 or 2 dunks in a game. But this card is a really, really nice card. He's fast, he can defend, he can shoot relatively well, and he will jam it on people. And number 1 is the reason why Victor Oladipo's Emerald is on this list, and it's Victor Oladipo's gold card, who is 2.5k MT, so like nearly 10k cheaper than his Emerald. So this is why the Emerald is on the worst value list and the gold's on the best value list. Defensive overall, the same. Offensive overall, the Emerald's a little bit better. A plus 13 shot close, a plus 6 in open shot 3, 7 in contested shot 3. 79 isn't great, and 73 isn't great. Like, that plus 6 is going to make a little bit, not that big of a difference. They're the exact same in almost everything. And then contact dunk plus 20, which was a big deal when their dunk tendencies were only like 80. That was a big deal. But with 100 dunk tendency, contact dunk isn't the most important stat in the world. If you've played enough, you know that they'll just try poster it with the 100 dunk tendency. It's not that big of a deal. And plus 2 in all his speed. So offense consistency doesn't do anything. So these cards are so similar, and there's such a big price difference that I have to put one of them as the best value because I think he's the best gold shooting guard in the game. And even though this is one of the best Emerald shooting guards in the game, he's on the worst value list. So anyway, that's the video. Again, this isn't me saying what the best and worst shooting guards are in the game. It's purely done on value. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.